Good morning, children. My name is R. Krishnaveni. I am working as a Social Studies CRT in KZBV Bondapalli, Vizianagaram district. Children, I am glad to meet you again in an online platform. I am again welcome to Samagra Shiksha Andhra Pradesh online platform. Students, you already known about and discuss about that 11A in 8th class, national movement, the early phase, 1885 and 1919. Once again, children, what you understood in that lesson, just once you recall. Okay, the first one, national movement. The national movement is not only a movement and a big struggle for our freedom. And we got the freedom from the British rulers. This lesson is divided into two parts. National movement, the early phase, and the national movement is last phase. Why this lesson is divided into two parts? So, because of that, year 1885 to 1919 and 1919 to 1947. These are the two parts. What the changes are the first phase and what movements are should done on the second phase. So you just recall what you learn and what you discuss in the first lesson in the short revision. Okay. Early associations are held in Calcutta, Mumbai and Madras. What is the early association? So in India came that English education in those some princely states. What are that princely nations? Calcutta, Mumbai, Madras. Because of that English education, the national leaders are to know about what the British rulers are that going to rule and administrated in India. So they are clearly understood. Britishers are harassed to the Indians. All these problems are faced the Britishers because of that Britishers. So first of all, we have to form associations. With that, these associations, new consequences began to develop. In the time of the intellectuals, and they have to mostly oppose that in so many inequalities and injustice in our social system. What is the inequalities? There is no very, very high and low discriminations. They did not treated as equal to Britishers to Indian people. So, in the time of that, the great in 1866, Dadabhai Naoroji organized the East India Association in London. It is very most important. Why? Because in the first Indian national leaders are that associated one organization. Which is the leader of that organization? Dadabhai Naoroji. Dadabhai Naoroji started organization in London, not in India. You remind it. Not in India, in London 1866. These associations are discuss what the problems are Indians faced by the British rulers. With the help of that, some of the other national leaders. Whose are that? Surendranath Banerjee and M.G. Ranade, Badruddin Tyabji, K.C. Teleng, G. Subramanya Iyer. These are all intellectuals organized associations in Calcutta, Pune, Bombay to discuss the problems faced by the Indians in those provinces. So not only Dadabhai Naoroji, in all part of that India, there are so many intellectual persons and leaders are there to lead to form associations. In every part of the country, people are faced with many problems by the British government. They have to question them. This is the right way of to associate. how to express our problems. Okay, children, it is very important that how that Britishers treat Indian people like dogs. So, what is the main reason these intellectuals are campaigning against some British policies like taxes on textiles, racial democracy, discriminations against Indians, and repressive laws against the Indian newspapers? These are all that our Indian leaders they are realized the importance of the discussing the policies of the government and organizing campaigns to change ourselves. How many years are they have to slave? Just you change ourselves. So that's why they realized to organized and established that associations. And then here is that all the provincial nationalistic intellectuals came together the first session of the Indian National Congress. It is a great change in the history and the great change of the national movement. INC. INC is a boon of the freedom movement. What is a boon? Why the INC is very, very important to take it? So, INC is at Bombay on December 1885. So, all of these provinces nationalistic intellectuals came together and first time at India in Indian National Congress at Mumbai in December 1885. It was presided over by that very most important leader W.C. Banerjee and attended by the 72 delegates from the different parts of India. And so many leaders are support to W.C. Banerjee, and especially a British officials, most important, very important, British officials, Avo Hume, a retired British officials also played an important role in establishing that INC formation. So, children, this is the INC is the not only established that some parts of that country, it is a totally including the all parts of the people in the all over India. And then W.C. Banerjee and all these are that they have traveled all over the India and know about that what the problems of people faced by the British rulers and British governments. This is the crucial and very brutal administration. So this is that main important thing in that first phase, early phase, 1885. It is a more very important INC formation. INC, the Indian National Congress. Okay. Next, what is the next extremist phase? This INC is divided into two parts. Some of that ideologies and theories of that they have to divide it into two parts. And what is that? These the 1885 INC formation. Some of the important 20 years the Congress. These the 1885 to 1919. The Congress was led by the leaders was who are known as. These the 20 years the Congress will be led by that leaders. These leaders is called a moderate nationalist. These leaders is a moderate nationalist. We call that leaders moderate nationalist. So moderate nationalists argue the government. Why they argue? To introduce a number of reforms. They wanted reforms to change ourselves with the help of the British government. They demand a greater voice for the Indians in the government and in administration also, not only in government and administration also. They first demanded, first of all, what is that demand is the moderate nationalist demand, Imperial Legislative Council. Why the Imperial Legislative Council is important? So, it is a more representative, given more power to introduced by the provinces where none existed. In the Imperial Legislative Councils, they have to introduce and they have to participate more percentage of the Indians. So, they demanded that the Indians placed in high positions. And also, they wanted to main thing is civil service examinations to be led in India. Okay, children. And the next they have to demand it that R.C. Dutt and M.Z. Ranade, they have to study economics. In that subject, they clearly understood impact of the British rule. What they understood? Impact of the British rule, and concluded that the British were draining in India. That means they have to exploited our economy, our wealth. It is clearly understood that in those times of national leaders, these national leaders have studied economics. They have to clear understood how the British rulers draining. Draining means exploiting our natural resources and also wealth. So they clearly understood how they drain in India through the taxes, other means of the leaving her poorer and poorer. Okay. So in the time of that, we have to face so many problems of economically and socially and also politically. And the Congress passed many resolutions on salt tax. It is very funny, salt tax. We have to make that salt, and why do we pay to tax to British government? It is our nation, it is our land. Why? Because we pay to the tax to salt tax to British government, and treated of the British Indian labours abroad and suffering of the forest dwellers caused by the interfering forest administration. Why pity? Because in the forest tribals are so owners of the lands. In the time of the Britishers came to in India, they have to occupy all the lands from the tribals. Tribals also paid that who that cultivated the land. They are actually dwellers. They have to right to cultivate that land. But Britishers changed the rules and the laws. At the same time, they have to pay the revenue, land revenue and taxes to cultivate the land. So in that time, and the extremist phase, next they have to extremist phase. These extremist phase is continue that 1905 to 1920. 1905 to 1920. In the time, this is the most important Swadeshi movement. What is the means of Swadeshi? With the starting of Swadeshi movement around the 1903, the Indian national movement took measure a leap forward. What is a Swadeshi? All the things are we have to made it, and we have to manufacture it in our companies and in our factories. We don't depend upon that British's items and British's goods. We did not encourage the economy of the British. So this is the Swadeshi movement. It is a mainly movement is largely held in especially large section of the urban and rural population of the Bengal and other parts of the India became actively involved in policies for the first time. So here is that one major trigger of the movement main proposal of that partitioning of Bengal into two parts. You know very well, children, this is called the partition of Bengal. Partitioning of Bengal into East and West Bengal in 1903. Who's that? Stupid. By the Curzon, Lord Curzon. Thus the nationalistic immediately saw this political act by the government to divide the Bengal people and also weaken national movement. Actually, they divided the Bengal. It is that one motto. What is that? They have to divide the Hindus and Muslims. They did not They did not bother to. They have to unity, but the unity is collapse to partition the Bengal, East and West Bengal. So all these campaigns and that, but they are not heeded to end the government partition of Bengal in 1905. And several protest movements were held, was calling given by boycotting colleges, schools, whatnot, everything. And there was a tremendous mass response to this all over the, not only in Bengal people. Bengal is a big state. In those times, The big state, they actually said that the big state is not actually to administration, it's very tough. That's why we divided into two parts. It is easy to administrate and easy to rule. So what is inner motto? They have to divide it to Muslims and Hindus brotherhood. And all these items are remote corners of Bengal in many important towns and cities and throughout the country. Women also participated in a large section. How they participated? They have to refuse to wear foreign bangles and foreign utensils, and they have to also use that foreign salt. That's why we only make the salt that is called salt satyagraha. We discuss about that next lesson. Okay, and next, moderate and the extremist. That we already known about that. The moderate age is 1885 to 1905, and extremist phase is 1905 to 1920. So in the time of that, these two groups are including to one. Why that? Because the Congress session, the next Congress session 1905 to extremist nationalists led by the Tilak, Bipin Chandrapal and Lala Lajpat Rai. We easy to remember that. Lal Bal Pal. Lal Bal Pal. What is that? Lal, Lala Lajpat Rai. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Pal, Bipin Chandrapal. It is easily understood and we easily remember it. Who's the extremist leaders? Lal Bal Pal. These leaders are that very, very aggressive. Why they? Because that favor of the extending the movement to that rest of India and demand for the full-fledged freedom. Not only they have to pardon and begging. We have to right to got freedom from the British rule. That is called Swaraj. That is called full-fledged freedom or Swaraj. And Bal Gangadhar Tilak also gave a famous slogan. And very, very important. What is that? Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. This is the main slogan. Everyone should follow and everyone should remind you in your heart and mind also. Okay. Once again I repeat, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it. This is that slogan is given by the Bal Gangadhar Tilak. It is very, very goose-warming. And thus they wanted to move away from the earlier strategy of the submitting petitions to government, to mobilizing mass against the Britishers. So in the time of that, Tilak also, so many leaders in the government came down heavily upon the extremist and activities of Swaraj movement. Most leaders like Tilak were imprisoned and exiled. Gradually the movement petted by that, many young Swarajists felt let down by these developments and began to turn the terrorist attacks. The Swadeshi movement also changed into two terrorist attacks. The young Swarajists also, they have to take a wrong step to the violent manner. Next, the terrorist attacks the unpopular British officials. So they hoped to restrain that repression and oppression of unlashing by that British in this way. So this is only by the extremist though change that policies and change the British government. Why? Because they have to moderate is not, they have to take in 20 years time, but they did not do anything and only they united that all the people of India. But the extremists started to have to more anger and they have to did not wait for any change. They have to wanted the sudden and strong change. That's why they have to follow the violent manners and terrorist attacks. So in the time is a very, very important aspect is the First World War. The First World War is started from 1914 to until ended that 1919. In this time of the First World War, the moderates are eagerly participated from the British side. And also Britishers also promised like that the completion of the First World War, they won that war and they immediately gave the freedom to India. So this is that war broke out in the 1914 with the Britain, France, Russia one side. and Germany and its allies on the other side. And it is lasted 5 years till the Germany was finally defeated. At that time of that British, they have to want soldiers. India is a highly populated country. India is our British colony. In this chance they utilized to participated in the First World War, and that Indian people in India the war brought greater suffering from the common people as the British tried to raise funds and resources for war by the rising taxes, exploiting food and other necessities to the armies. So in the India, in the time of the First World War, Britishers want to soldiers, and also they have to gathering that money from the our resources, and they have to cultivated that what they said that crops are cultivated in that cultivation. All these resources and wealth are using in our country, and soldiers, common people also come to that strictly to change the soldiers. In the time of the Britishers, what they said, in the completion of that First World War, they won the war. It immediately we will give through freedom to our country. The moderates and extremists also believe the words of that Britishers, and they have to participate it for the British. So this is that we have to discuss, and we have to learn. You already learn in the first phase, the early phase. So this the early phase is they have to clear to understand what's going on in throughout the country. What is the position of the economically and socially, and at the same time politically, what is the position of that Indian people? How the leaders are to fight for a struggle to Britishers administration. So they have to not any clear idea. In the time of the national movement, the last phase 1919 and 1947, it is that one person came to India from the South Africa. Totally the national movement is suddenly changed to around him. Who is that person? Who is that person is that it is none other than Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. So you are very well known about that person. Today we are going to discuss about the 11B national movement, that the last phase of India. In the earlier phase, we have to decide at 1885 to 1919. Children, in that time, we have to discuss about that 11B in your 7B in your class. National movement, the last phase. National movement, the last phase. This is the last phase is that coming to 1919 to 1947. 1919 to 1947. We are very important person. We are known about that important person, and that here is the more important leader, not only in India, throughout the world. A very well known person, intellectuals, and he is a very ideology in this period. That this period is known as that 1885-1919 is that early phase. But now moving on the latter phase, this is the from the 1919 to 1947. This phase known as the latter phase. The phase is very important and crucial. Why? Because this means 1919 to 1945 very crucial and need a strong leadership to us, and strong entertainers to us, and strong united to us. This is all done by one person, the great person, the great this time national leaders or hero for us. It is none other than Mahatma Gandhiji. He is a great father and great leader and father of our nation, and also called great Mahatma, and none other than Mahatma Gandhiji. So children, everyone who are the citizens of the India, who are birth in India, to know about the what is the lifestyle of the biography and what is the ideologies of Mahatma Gandhi. It is compulsory know about the values and principles what he followed in the freedom movement and in his life. So it is very to know it and follow that the great ideologies. I'm completely say that this type of person never birth again in the future generations also. It is our shamefulness, but we have to follow that more ideologies of that Mahatma Gandhi ji. So the full name of the Mahatma Gandhi, M.K. Gandhi Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. Children, you write down and also take a screenshot and you follow that, take a PDF print, what not everything. It is very important to know that the person, what that great qualities he have, and you must follow that and you will be better a good citizens. And then Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji was born on 2nd October 1869 into a Gujarati Hindu Bhania family of Vaishya Varna in Porbandar, a coastal town on Kathiawar, Gujarat. So here is that Mohandas Karamchand was born on October 2nd. October 2nd, the importance of the born of Mahatma Gandhiji in the year of 1869. In that day we celebrate that Mahatma Gandhi's Jayanti in our schools. They have to so many essay writing competitions, elocutions, and that what not everything. And that here is he birthplace at Porbandar, a coastal town on Kathiawar district in Gujarat. So here is that very important Gujarat. Now our Prime Minister also came from Gujarat. So his parents were Karamchand Gandhi and Putli Bai. Who is the father of the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi ji? Karamchand Gandhi ji. Karamchand Gandhi ji is a father of Mahatma Gandhi ji, and Putli Bai is mother of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. And in his life he have to face so many problems, and that he have to struggle for education, and that so many life achievements. In the May 1833, he just 13 years old. Gandhiji was married to Kasturi Bai, 14 years Kasturi Bai, and that at university he married at the age of 13. So who is the wife of the Gandhiji? Kasturi Bai. So very well know to, you have to proud to say that Kasturiba Gandhi is our school name also. We have to know about that. Who is Kasturiba? Kasturiba is the wife of the Mohandas Karamchand Gandhiji. Our school name is also know about the who is the great personality, great woman. Why the because of given that name to our schools. Okay, children, you understand? Our school name is Kasturiba Gandhi. Kasturiba means who is the Kasturiba? The wife of Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and his studies at University College London. He studied law and jurisprudence, and was invited to enroll at Inner Temple with that intention becoming a barrister. So he completed barrister, and he wanted to go to that other studies to South Africa also. Why he was studied in Bombay? His mother passed away, and next in April 1893 at the age of 23. At the age of 23, Gandhiji set for South Africa. It is a very important in the lifetime of that Gandhiji. Very important incident. He turned to South Africa. He was treated as a blacks. This is called apartheid. This is called apartheid. Why? Because that Gandhiji arrived that he is also an international personality, because he led against the policies apartheid. not a very large scale, he was fight against as a discrimination against the blacks and whites in South Africa. They have to treated Indian people as blacks. This is called a discrimination against blacks and whites. This is called apartheid. In the time of the Gandhiji, they have to very Indian people discriminate. Gandhiji took that initiative and fought against them in South Africa. He led a non-violent method struggle to against the British method, also change against the policies that the greatness of the Mahatma Gandhiji. So in the time of the South Africa, Gandhiji also a very well-known personality, and that Gandhiji he have to be come to the India itself. He already know about the throughout the world, and how did he was thrown out of the station and sat all the night at the station with shivering. Children, you understood? He was treated as blacks, and because of his color, it is the discrimination about the colored and also nation. And he was thrown out of the train and sat all the night in the station with shivering. What insulted? What is the great personality in our country? This personality is insulted by the other countries in South Africa. The next day he decided to protest against the people who are encouraging the differences of people by the seeing their color. The next day he decided to fight against the discrimination apartheid, and he decided to support the people who lives in South Africa and fight for their rights. In that time, Gandhiji not only fight for discrimination and also human rights and fundamental rights. This was the first protest started. Next, and the Gandhiji, South Africa he led non-violent method. Why? Because the Mahatma Gandhiji. Why? Because called as a Mahatma. He's a man who believed the words what he speech. He's a man who believed the words what he speech. Even we want to tell a story about that Gandhiji, and they have to say that he never even say a single word, never he follows. He never even say a single word, never he follows. Children, listen carefully. This is a small story of the life story really happened in the Gandhiji life. One day, parent coming to Mahatma Gandhiji and referring to Gandhiji, parent and mother and their children come to Gandhiji to meet Gandhiji and referring Gandhiji to talk here, asking son, saying to son to stop eating jaggery. The mother wants to set to problem to Mahatma Gandhiji. Gandhiji, my children, eating the jaggery too much. It is a very danger to health. You should refer to stop the eating jaggery. The mother asked and pleased to Gandhiji. So what next Gandhiji said? Okay, Gandhiji asked them to come after a week. Not now. You come after a week. When she come after a week again, then Mahatma Gandhi called the boy. Boy, come to me. And told to don't eat jaggery too much. It is It is very harmful and harms danger to your health. You eat a fixed amount or a every day as a fixed amount. Gandhiji said to the boy, don't eat jaggery more. And daily you eat a jaggery. You wants to eat a jaggery at a fixed amount. It's not too much. It is dangerous to health. The Gandhiji said to the boy. Okay. And next, moving on the boy, the mother. And come back to the mother. Mother asked the Gandhiji, Gandhiji, these are few words you can say to my son when we come the earlier time. Why? Because to ask to come in after a 1 week. So, Why can't you say these words made to us to come that two times? So in the situation, you observe it. Situation is like that Mahatma Gandhi is humble request to mother. I don't know eating jaggery is a big complaint to health because I'm also eat jaggery too much amount too daily. That's why I have to stop to eating jaggery and advise to another one to stop it. So in this story, what he says, first he never even say a single word, never he follows that Gandhiji have a habit to eat too much amount of the jaggery. That's why he stopped it, and after a week he said to the boy, don't eat it again and again. Okay, in this story what he did, it is just we have to realize that how the personality of that Mahatma Gandhiji, and that moving the concept. What is that concept is now national movement, the last phase, arriving of the Mahatma Gandhiji. So movements led by the Gandhiji. They have in the life story of the Gandhiji, he started some movements. Khilafat agitation, non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience, salt satyagraha, Quit India movement in 1942. The slogan given in Quit India movement was do or die. So these the movements are we have to discuss in that coming to the lesson. Okay, children, you must observe that, read the autobiography of that Mahatma Gandhiji and note down that important points, what he follows and what would be follows. All these ideologies other we follow Mahatma Gandhiji. I want to say that you have to follow the ideologies of the Mahatma Gandhiji. You will be a good citizens to India. So it is my wish, children. It is a very very important aspect of that Gandhiji life story. What we learn from the one person, what we understand the another person, what you follow that the ideologies in the another person, great person of that Mahatma Gandhiji. You will be the follow the ideologies of the Mahatma Gandhiji. You will be a good citizens to India. Okay, come to the lesson, and that moving the concept is arrival of the Mahatma Gandhiji. Children, here is also some of the important topic is the here assassination of the Mahatma Gandhiji. Assassination means murdered by the Gandhiji by the one Hindu. Why? Because Mahatma Gandhiji was assassinated on the 30th January 1948 in the compound of the Birla Gandhi's house, a large mansion in the New Delhi. So Mahatma Gandhiji was assassinated. That means murdered, killed by that one person, a bloody shot of that Nathuram Godse. Bloody shot of that Nathuram Godse. He is one of the follower of the Mahatma Gandhiji. His assassin was Nathuram Godse, an advocate of the Hindu nationalism. So here is that we have to say that very sadly that in that time we have to miss a great personality to our nation. 1948 January 30. It is a very important and a very sad day to the Indian history and Indian country. We miss a great personality. He was assassinated by that some foolish that means madman. It is that one of the follower of the Gandhiji, he is also Nathuram Godse. He is assassinated by the Gandhiji, bloody shots, gunshots, 3 rounds, and the last term is Gandhiji said that Hey Ram, Hey Ram. These two words are the Gandhiji, and they have to smile on his lips. They never back to any complaint to Nathuram Godse. So we have to miss in that time the great personality in Indian politics and Indian history. Children, very you have to maintain a habit to read that great personalities autobiographies and biographies and the sketches of that intellectual persons, how it is very popular, how it is very famous, what step they are taken in their lifestyle. Why? Because they are very famous leaders. So all the books are to read it, and then you have to follow some of that important aspects. So you have to come to that concept. So arrival of the Mahatma Gandhiji. Gandhiji arrived in India 1915 from the South Africa. Because of that, having led Indians in that country in non-violent marches against the racist restrictions, he was already a respected leader known as internationally. Children, you have to remind it. His South Africa campaigns had brought him in contact in the various type of Indians. Not only follow that, he is also not only follow that. Only one persons or one group are that followed that Gandhiji. Different various types of Indians. Whose are that? Hindus, Muslims, Parsis, and Christians, Gujaratis, and Tamils, and North Indians, and upper class merchants, lawyers, and workers. What not everything, all the part of the people are that followed by that. We have to eagerly waited. Some person is came to India, they have to change their lives. They are eagerly waiting. That's why all the people have to participated with the Gandhiji. So Mahatma Gandhiji spent the first year in India traveling throughout the country. They have to stay one place. They have the wandering and traveling all over the India, and they have to understand. What the situation going on by the British government. Actually, overall situation he is clearly understood. And his earlier interventions were in local movements in Champaran and Kheda, where he led the peasants in their struggle against the unfair terms and excessive taxes. First, they have to do it after Gandhi's participation of the agitation and the Champaran in 1917. And then after Gandhi, Kheda is that 1918. And he supported to the mill workers and Ahmedabad. All the three aspects are that he became a famous political center of that in India. Entire political activities started of India. In those time, what is the three movements? Champaran in 1917 and Kheda is 1918. All these aspects are that they have to fight for the workers and peasants. What they struggle from the British rulers, they have to excessive taxes, and also peasants access, they have to strike for their wages, and they have to fight the initiative Gandhis of that time in 1919 against that every movement and what he led by that British government. So in the time of that, in these two movements, he also came to contact with the many leaders. Very well know about that. Who is that leaders? Here is the Rajendra Prasad and Sardar Vallabhai Patel. You know very well, children. In the time, Rajendra Prasad. Who is Rajendra Prasad? The president of that Indian Constitution. The first president of India is that Rajendra Prasad. He is also president of that Indian Constitution. So Indian Constituent Assembly. So he is also one of the great personality. And also second one is Sardar Vallabhai Patel. Sardar Vallabhai Patel, he is the Iron Man of India. He have to only done that 550 princely states to united in Indian country. So, and that we have to given a great personality, you have to build a great statue in the Gujarat Narmada Valley. So here is that here is the world highest statue we have to constructed in that Sardar Sarovar Dam beside that Narmada Valley. Narmada statue is constructed in that place in Gujarat. So these are also two important great intellectuals and great personalities, Rajendra Prasad and also Sardar Vallabhai Patel. They have to eagerly meet the Gandhiji, and they have to interested the ideologies of the Gandhiji and lifelong association with that to meet the Gandhiji, and they have to follow that all the movements and what they do in the political system in India. Let us now focus on the movements organized between that 1919 and 1922. Children, here is that Gandhiji came to India in 1915. In the time of that, very important aspects are going on. So Gandhiji is first they have traveled and studied what the problems are going, and they clearly understood what will be he do. So next is that Rowlatt Act and Jallianwala Bagh massacre. So what is the Rowlatt Act? It is that Rowlatt Act that the British had just passed. According this act, British government made or interested to police to become more and more powerful. Very important. Rowlatt Act is that British government is just passed. This act is given to the police more and more powerful. The police can pick up any person if they have to feel threatening and they have suspected to go to the government, and terrorist act where the dictatorship also dictatorials, and this is the act is nothing but a dictatorship. So there is no fundamental rights and there is no basic rights, and it is that completely violation of that human rights. So in the time of that Rowlatt Act, and in 1919 Gandhiji gave a call of the Satyagraha. Why? Because Gandhiji called to Satyagraha. Satyagraha is one of the movement. Why he started the movement? He started the movement against the Rowlatt Act. Against the Rowlatt Act. What is the Rowlatt Act? Rowlatt Act is the act passed by the British government to give a more and more power to police. Okay, that had British had just passed. The act curbed fundamental rights such as freedom of expression. Underline it, children. Freedom of expression and strengthening the police powers. So they have to feel that if any person who was suspected by the police being to terrorist could be arrested and kept into the prison without trial, they did not to present any court, and they don't have to any judgment and any arguments, and they directly go to the trial or jail. So here is that problems are the faced by that Gandhi is very eagerly have to go to angry, and that's a time they gave the call for Satyagraha against that Rowlatt Act. So these are Mahatma Gandhiji, not only Mahatma Gandhiji, and also Muhammad Ali Jinnah and others felt that the government had no right to restrict the people basic freedoms. This is the only birthrights. Why? Because the freedom of expression, it is our fundamental right. They never be changed that, they never be strictly follow that basic freedoms. So this is the leaders are that they criticize the act is this Rowlatt Act is devilish and tyrannical. Why? Because it's devilish and tyrannical. They did not we have to go to outside on the wandering outside. They have to suspect what they talk to any word, they have to suspect. All these things are that we the police and that brutal it is that brutal act, that means what they treated Indians as that slaves. And Gandhi asked to the Indian people and observe 6th April 1919 April 6th, and that is the most important day, very important day, you underline it. Gandhi asked the Indian people to observe 6th April 1919 as a day of the non-violent opposition to this act as a day of the humiliation and prayer and hartals. What is the importance of the day? The day is that all the people of the country is come together and meet that in a manner of the non-violent manner opposition to the act. So in the Rowlatt Act, Rowlatt Act turned out the first all the Indian struggle the British government, although it was largely in cities. So here is that Satyagraha. Gandhiji called the Satyagraha. What is the Satyagraha? Satya is true, Agraha is strength. This is the basic term of that Gandhiji followed. Satyagraha, non-violence, civil disobedience, all these words are introduced to the Gandhiji in the political system. And that both of Mahatma Gandhi and M.A. Jinnah, both of them come together and they have to try to change that, then decided to act the devilish and tyrannical Gandhiji and ask the Indian people, it is completely non-violent method. You do any activities in completely non-violent method. So children, here is that in the Rowlatt Act very very strictly followed that in the brutal manner. So in the year of that 1919, there were number of demonstration and hartal in the country. The government used brutal measures to suppress them. Like 1857, the soldiers' revolt is also suppressed in the like manner. The first example of these atrocities and the first firing on the meeting. So in the time of that, we have to restricted and we have to oppose that Rowlatt Act. We have to non-violent in a silent manner. We have to meet one place that is called Jallianwala Bagh. It is a plain ground and they have to meet sit on the floor. It is a one-gated bagh. That means the Bagh means here is garden. Bagh means garden. Jallianwala Bagh. It is a one-gated garden. At this, we have to gather all parts of the country come together in one place and meet of unarmed people at Jallianwala Bagh in Amritsar in Punjab. In the time of that peaceful manner and oppositions, at this time of that very crucial and cruel leader come to the General Dyer. In the 13th April, in which about 400 were killed and thousands are injured. He is at free fire of that all the persons of that here is that they have to fire on the common and innocent people and they are ordered to their soldiers to fire it. Here is in a photo you see the very well the person is to zoom it and clearly you see the person General Dyer. And the Dyer is ordered the soldiers to fire on the people and the innocent people are that faced that cruel Dyer gunshots. So in the time of that 400 people are killing and the thousands are injured. In the time of Rabindranath Tagore and expressed their pain. What is the pain? How the Indian people are as like as Indian, how the Indian people are that faced the pain and anger of the country by re-announcing that his title of the knighthood. He is giving to back the British country. They did not want to take that titles, any titles. This the government is not is a big hesitation to that Indian people. At the same time, he is very very aggressive and also pain and anger to the country and re-announcing by the knighthood title. So children, here is that we have to clearly understood how the Britishers are that treated Indians like slaves and like that very clearly shown about that discriminations. Okay. And the next is Khilafat agitation and non-cooperation movement. Khilafat. What is Khilafat? Khilafat is the movement It is the word is coming from the Khalifa. Khalifa means that the Turkish Sultan, the harsh treaty on the Turkish Sultan or Khalifa. All over the Muslims, their head is called Khalifa. The people from the furious about that this as they have been that Khalifa. It is totally Britishers are insulted that occupied the Ottoman Empire and that thrown out that Khalifa in the chair, and also they have to limited powers to give him, and this is that hesitation started from that Ottoman Empire and the Turkey. This is called it. They have to wanted to meet the Gandhiji to support their struggle. This is called a Khilafat or Khalifa movement or Khilafat movement. So Indian Muslims were keen that the Khalifa be allowed to retain control over Muslims, scarce places, and erstwhile Ottoman Empire. So the Britishers occupied Ottoman Empire and also given to the limited powers to that Khalifa. So this is the very insulted the Indian people, Indian Hindus all over the world, Hindu people. So sorry, Muslim people. Gandhiji supported to their call and argued that Congress to campaign against the Punjab wrongs and that the Khalifa wrongs and demand of the Swaraj. This is the totally Britishers doing the activities are that totally our enemy's manner. How they because of that it is a totally demanded the some wrongs, Punjab wrongs. What is that Jallianwala massacre and the same time Khilafat wrong and also demand of the Swaraj. These three items are that Gandhiji strictly and speedily come to that national movement. In that Nagpur session of the Congress in 1920, Gandhiji was acknowledged as the leader of that Congress. Actually, we know about that Gandhiji, one of the leader, he did not participate. He participated national movement and did not to participate in any groups and any positions. So in the time of the Nagpur session, Gandhiji is the president of the Congress meeting. Then in the time he announced the non-cooperation movement gained momentum through the 1921 to 22. Here is that why because that all the practices in the session is objective Congress was changed the achievement of the Swarajya by all the legitimate and peaceful means. So here is because thousands of students left government schools and universities. Many of the lawyers gave up their practices. All the people of the India, they have to wanted to be a great leader. That leader is came. They are none other than Mahatma Gandhiji. So all the wrongs are done by the British government. They have to fight for that struggles for freedom and equalities. At the same time, British titles were surrendered by the legislators and were boycott, and people lit bonfires of the foreign clothes, and important of the foreign cloth fell drastically. Here is that we did not want to any items made by that Britishers. They have to directly and also drastically do that bonfire of that every item what the Britishers manufactures. We have to fires of the foreign cloth in the streets, and the boycotted that British schools and British colleges also. And the time of the Gandhiji added a campaign for the people in spin. If British clothes are, we have to fire on the roads, but what clothes we wear? Just that Gandhiji said that we wear the clothes whose are made by the Indian people. So Gandhiji added the campaign for the people to spin their own cotton. That means we have to manufacture our clothes on charaka. It is a symbol of the Swarajya. Is a charaka is in the time of that Indian flag also. So in the large parts of the country were on the brink of that formidable revolt. In the time of the every house, every person is that to spin that our cotton and to weave our cloths. This is the called from that Mahatma Gandhiji. For example, in Andhra Pradesh region, Guntur district, in the time of the Swadeshi movement, they have to three incidents are going to the three incidents are happening in the time of the and the two is happen in Andhra Pradesh and one is Uttar Pradesh. Why? Because the three or the two in the example of that these two Gunturu district, it is that Chirala Perala moment, and Kadapa district is that Palanati Pullari Satyagraha. These two incidents are similar. Why? Because the Gandhi is not is directly influenced by the people of that Andhra Pradesh, but the people are followed by that. They have to a strong belief of that Gandhi's freedom. So they have to fight for any part of the country. They have to fight against the Britishers. So, for example, in Andhra region, Guntur district, the highlight of the non-cooperative movement was the famous of Chirala Perala movement. In that time, what is the Chirala Perala movement? The British government decided to converted into that this town Chirala and into that municipality. Why? Because they have to want to that high taxes and forced the high taxes. In the time of that Duggirala Gopala Krishna is a hero of that Chirala Perala movement of the Duggirala Gopala Krishna refused to pay high taxes to said that Gandhiji, once again, Gandhiji Swaraj is coming and we will not pay taxes to this government. This bloody government, we did not pay any taxes. We wanted to only, we waiting for only the Gandhiji Swaraj. What the Duggirala Gopal Krishna said, Gandhiji's Swaraj is coming and we will not pay taxes to this government. So in the time of that, all the people and vacate that place and the major development was forest satyagraha. So in the Chirala Perala moment, all the people are vacate that place and they have to migrate to the new settlement called Ramnagar. So the people of the Chirala Perala, they have to vacate that place and they restore the place of that Ramnagar. And the newly constructed remained there 11 months. And this is the powerful moment of the non-payment of the land revenue by the peasants and mass registrations of the village and officials. And another major important development aspect of that forest satyagraha in Palnati Taluka. We can see what is that Palnati Taluka. It is also called a Pullari Satyagraha. It is that happened on the forest Satyagraha in Palnati Taluka of the Gunturu district and also Raichoti Taluka of the Kadapa district. It is also called a Pullari Satyagraha. We can see from the above this, sometimes people thought of the Gandhiji as someone who could help them overcome their misery and poverty. They have to strongly believe that what the Gandhiji actions, they have to wish that Gandhiji Swaraj will become. In the like aspect is that in Uttar Pradesh peasants of Pratapgarh and United Provinces of Uttar Pradesh and managed to stop the legal eviction of that tenants. So this is also one of that individual in the before the time of that Gandhi's arrival to India. So many moments are going there, but it is especially the strongly station against by the British government. So here only you understand, children, it is that major important question that the Pullari Satyagraha led under the leadership of the Kanniganti Hanumantu. Yeah, first Chirala Perala movement is the leader of the Chirala Perala movement is Duggirala Gopala Krishnaya and Pullari Satyagraha leader is Kanniganti Hanumantu. This is also two important and GK bits and also coming to your lesson and half mark and 1 mark questions. Student, here only you understood what that every topic you read it and you write it, you understand it. At the same time, you assignment it. What that give that topic what you understood. So here is that we have to come to that next topic is the happenings of that 1922 and 1929. That in the time of the 1922 Mahatma Gandhi is as you know was the against that violent movements and that Gandhiji called off the non-cooperation movement when the February 1922, the crowd of peasants and set up fire to police station in Chauri Chowra, and 22 policemen were died. So, in the time of that British's activities, all the people of that to got angry, and they have to lead step to aggressive manner to non-cooperation movement. They have to fight to the police station. In the police station is that situated in Chauri Chauri in Uttar Pradesh. In the time of police station, 22 policemen died in that fire. So this is that very very sadness of the Gandhiji feel, very pain. Why? Because the peasants were provoked because the police had fire in their peaceful demonstrations. Two important developments, that is what is called the two important developments. Here is only Gandhiji followers stressed that Congress must undertake constructive work in rural areas. So Gandhiji followers, they have to totally, they belongs to rural areas. And also two important developments in mid 1920s were the formation of the Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, RSS. Once again, Rashtriya Swayam Sevak Sangh, RSS, in the Communist Party of India. So in the these aspects of the ideologies of the country, and India should be find out their ideas with the help of their Gandhiji and revolutionary nationalist Bhagat Singh, and too was active in this period. So these the revolutionary activities did not like to Gandhiji. So Gandhiji motto is Satyagraha and non-violence and civil disobedience. So in the time of the people are that they have to feel angry, and also they have to fire the police station. Children, what you understand in that lesson, you write the assignment and one or two questions in this topic. Okay, thank you. Children, you understood that lesson, and I will give you a small assignment for you. Okay, in the page number in your textbook 83 page number, here is only given two questions. The first one is, do you think it is the right to give that police such powers to suppress revolts? That means Rowlatt as is correct or not? The first question. And the second one is, why do you think the people were so much against such laws during the freedom movement? And also, improve your learning, they have to a small question and fill the table. What is the events and what is the Gandhiji role? Here is very important. You understood the lesson, and create the table to show the various effects of Gandhiji in national movement. So here is the events and the role of the Gandhiji. You fill the table and give an assignment to it. Okay. Thank you, children. Have a better future. Bye.